Texas. You can win that contest by going to the Facebook page of the Cybersports Network. Like them, post their flyer somewhere fun, send a picture of that flyer in said place, and you can win a trip. I have an idea.
Tell me the idea.
They should find somebody that's planking on top of like a McDonald's sign, like one of those big tall ones, and just paste it on his face.
Why do you have these dangerous ideas, man? Why not have a fun idea?
What's more fun than that?
I don't know. Go to the red light district in Amsterdam and put it on the window.
Pretty fun.
It's like one guy is like about to spend his money and then he's like, what? I can go to the Lone Star Clash? Man, I'm gonna spend my money on that.
I feel like that would really backfire if like all of a sudden Lone Star to fly somebody out from Amsterdam.
Why?
It's like a much more expensive trip than flying somebody out from like Fort Worth.
You have to be in the US. It would be kind of lame if somebody in Austin wins the trip.
They're like, okay guys. They're talking like their whole team of people that are working. Everybody has to post something really, really funny. So we are looking at STC versus Select. This is a TvT on Cloud Kingdom.
And I have a feeling it's going to be a long one, man.
Oh, me too.
STC opens up with the no gas, fast expand, while Select is going to open up with a refinery over here. Once more for people who join us later and wondering what you're watching, this is our 4th quarterfinal. After this, we're going into the semifinals. Ben, I'm super excited about our first semifinal. It's going to be MVP Tails against Slayers MMA. It's going to be a 6 series. And after that, we're going to see Revival against the winner of the Kontakte STC and Dignitas Select. Of course, the players are competing for that paid trip to the MLG. To the MLG. Well, I don't know if there's going to be an MLG as well, but to the Lone Star Clash #2 Invitational. Lone Star Clash #2, and this is the Invitational Qualifier. Wow, man, that's quite a mouthful. Which is provided by Twitch, and we love Twitch. Twitch is awesome. Yes, that's about it, man. This Marine's going to die.
Twitch,
whoa!
Twitch.
It's not going to die. Hey, I want to tell you guys at home. Yesterday, I made the easiest 20 bucks of my life. I was playing TvT. And Johan Mello was coaching me, and I was chasing.
That's Letot.
Yeah.
Of Team Root.
Letot joined. Rootot, former 4K Tot, Fnatic Tot. I don't know.
Now Rootot.
Gravitas Gaming Tot. Mouse Tot. Oh, Tot had a lot of teams. Not that lawyer after all, Letot.
Gone TV Tot.
Millennium Tot, Armor Team Tot, SK Tot. I'm not kidding.
The hell, Todd? It's been on more teams than Naniwa.
Yeah, then again, Tot has also been around since 2002, so I guess eventually I get a few teams. Anyways, Todd was coaching me through this PvT, and my Stalker, I saw a Reaper, and I saw the Reaper going to the right bottom side, so my Stalker chasing me. He's like, stop chasing that Stalker, you fool, you're never gonna get it. I was like, you want to bet I get it? He's like, sure, 20 bucks. 2 seconds later, the Reaper turns around, runs into my Stalker, Stalker kills him. He's like, oh my god, I can't believe it, this is why I never bet, I always lose. Then he paid me 20 bucks at the cinema. I was pretty happy, man. Never in my life did I bet so efficient as on that moment.
Well played, Kev, as we see pretty standard openings here. Both these players wanting to macro. STC feeling like, hey, no need to cheese Select. Select feeling like, hey, STC, I can play your macro game.
Every time you said hey, I thought you were going to sing like, hey, no. You know that song?
How's it go?
No, I don't know. I think it's even a Dutch song. It's a very old song.
Yeah, just bust. What would you do if I just busted out a song in Dutch?
I would, like, my jaw would drop to the floor. I would be very impressed. Two Hellions lost rather carelessly though here by Select, man, and we pretend that that's not a very big deal, but in all honesty that is a big deal. These two Hellions in this phase of the game could have made a whole lot of difference. 2 more Hellions are going to join in the fray. This time the Marines were a bit clumped up, so Select is going to get much better shots off.
Good control, Select, doing it very, very nicely.
This is the Select we know and love, man. What's up, kid?
One of the most celebrated pro gamers of all time is Select. Honestly, he was a
Warcraft 3 Pro?
A Warcraft 3 Pro, a Dawn of War champion for years. Perhaps the best Dawn of War player to ever touch the game.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say so, the man, because back then the World Cyber Games was without a doubt the most prestigious tournament of the year, and he won it 2 years on the row in Dawn of War, Warhammer 40k, so super impressive. Select was also very good in Warcraft, but not a tournament-winning pro. I do think that he had the potential to be one, but he realized that it was probably going to be easier to win in Warhammer than it was in Warcraft 3. So.
And he did.
He made a pretty good choice, man.
Yeah, we had some incredible success here. We do see some nice harass here from Select. Little elevator play, Marines and Hellions up in the main base. STC doesn't seem to have that many units out. Select is taking advantage of the early damage that he dealt. Oh dear, STC.
Oh, the SCVs are so lined up, man.
Marines.
Oh, massive shots there for Select. Beautiful, beautiful harassment over here, and he's not done yet, Ben. They're gonna line up once more. SCC, what are you doing?
Oh, whoa! Up to 16, 20 SCV kills. Wow.
Wow, and Select picks up all 4 Hellions, Ben.
Lives to harass another day. Sup, kid?
Not bad. STC is like, I lost 20 workers, and Select said, it sucks to be you.
Very nicely done there by Select, transitioning into some Banshee actions. That's a good follow-up.
Man, he's 16 SCVs ahead right now. That's massive.
Great position to be in if you are Select, who is, it's hard to beat Select when you're behind. So STC's got his work cut out for him here.
I'm not gonna lie, I would love to be Select.
A couple Marauders gonna have, come on, Select. After all that. That is an unfit in. What? Select, why?
Well, he picked it up though.
Just let him go home. Let him retire in peace.
Yeah, they did pretty well.
Let him go on to drive NASCAR or something.
And drink Mountain Dew and eat big ass fries.
And Pazuki.
You have seen the movie Idiocracy, right?
Of course. I'm the one that told you to watch it.
Really? Was it you?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know.
That's how the world's gonna end, Kev.
Yeah, it's so funny, man.
I mean, they raised some very valid
Mountain
points.
Dew and big ass fries. What an awesome movie.
Have you seen Superbad? No,
yes,
not Superbad.
awesome.
What's the cop movie? Super Troopers.
Not sure. Well, Ben, I think we're going to see a pretty crucial game in phase in this game, as this bench is going to run into this completely exposed main base for the STC, but STC has a serious amount of bio units over here,
Select has, okay, he's got units at the top of this ramp,
Yeah.
so all he has to do is lift the command center for a little while. There are Marines out.
Man, Stim is ready. The STC ban is not done yet.
Gonna try to come barrel up this ramp, but Select's at an okay position to defend from. There's also a siege tank out.
Yeah, he
SCV.
doesn't have siege yet. That's a pretty big problem.
Uh-oh.
Siege tanks are often better when you have siege. That's why some people call them siege tanks.
Fair enough. Siege mode seconds away from completing. I do think Select will stabilize and be a... Seriously, Select, why do you hate those aliens? And he sends another one forward to die a terrible death.
Yeah, that Banshee didn't really deal a whole lot of damage. I think the Stim Marines took care of it. Perhaps killed 1 or 2 more additional SCVs, but that's about it. Select is going to siege up right now on the high ground, but of course he's losing a lot of precious mining time over here, man.
And this entire time, STC is on the low ground. He is mining from his natural expansion. He is able to pull a little bit ahead here. Yeah, he's doing a great job of it. Worker count 36 to 45. It's quite a close game. STC going to load up and go for a drop. Oh, man.
Can you spell Doom Drop? I know you can.
It's going to spell Doom if Select allows those units to unload unchecked. He doesn't seem to have anything in position to spot for. That drop's going to come make its way over here into the main base.
A lot of Stim Marines over here.
Big Stim goes out for Select. Does he catch anything?
Well played by the SNC though, because how often don't you see players just rally in those metavacts and then you're going to lose everything. He's dealing a little bit of damage in the natural, but Select is...
he's losing a lot of workers here. That's kind of careless in my opinion.
Perhaps a few too many.
Worker losses climbing up there.
Wow.
Select is still...
Kontakte SC is ahead right now in workers, man.
Yeah, very good play from STC, catching back up. And
Select is still 1 orbital ahead though, shouldn't forget that.
wonder if the upgrades are looking at it. The first engineering base is just not going down. Select has 1 eBay up. Okay, Select has +1.
Yeah, and it's 1-1 for the STC.
Alright, cool. So both players upgrading pretty well. STC with another contingent of Marines here, making his way towards the natural expansion of Select.
Dropping the second engineering base as well and the armory, so he will be able to start 2-2 immediately. STC just now starting his siege tank production while more factories are going down for Select. But Select should be able to hold it, man. He has a siege tank in position. Marine numbers are about even. Yeah, he's down in upgrades, but of course he has defender's advantage. Oh, it's an empty drop.
A little fake drop action. Select doesn't seem to be taking the bait though. He's got a lot of units here. Says, hey, that has to be your entire army. Doesn't have the upgrade lead though. Is not fighting in range of his tank, but still pushes STC back. Nicely done, Select.
The reinforcements have arrived, Ben. So in this moment, Select is going to run back again, but at the end of the day, he's going to be more than fine with his 2 tanks over here and that 1 bunker.
Well played, Select. Continues to try to build on the advantage granted by these 3 command centers. Worker counts even though. Select is going to float that 3rd command center down to the low ground.
I said it a few times today already, but I was so impressed by casting the STC at the MLD rally, Ben. I thought that was really the first time I was actually like sitting down and watching the STC play a lot of games on the row and really able to analyze his play. And I was kind of blown away. I thought he was a fantastic Terran player. He was sort of the player of the tournament for me. Of course, eOnZerG ended up winning it, but the STC is the one who left, perhaps together with Frank. But I knew already a bit more about Frank, and I watched Frank play a lot. Even played against Frank quite a bit on ladder. because he had a ladder account on NA called Liquid Bisu, I think it was. Played a few times against him. Didn't know that much about the STC before that tournament. I was blown away by his performance. I thought he was fantastic.
Yeah, really nice map awareness from both players here. STC just trying to leapfrog tanks forward. Select trying to hold the Zolnaga tower and stay out of range of the tanks, and he managed to find a sweet spot, but he's going to back off, realizing perhaps that staying out on the map is just a little bit too risky. Both these guys very fast players. Select cruising along at about 240 actions per minute. STC averaging about 190, but we can see him spiking up to 250, 300 at times.
STC has an army advantage right now, which is crazy considering the fact he also is going to have 2-2 way before Select has. STC really turned this game around, man, which is just insane because Select's Hellion drop did so much damage. Now that was a little bit deceiving because of course when you open up with Hellions, you don't really have the infrastructure you're perhaps looking for in that phase of the game. Good scan here by Select, but he's still going to end up losing that siege tank. Perfect siege, by the way, by STC. Isn't that crazy?
Really nice
How can you do that?
Has an excellent understanding of where to put his tanks.
Only gets one shot and has 4 tanks in range to take out the first tank of Select. You know what Kanye West would say, Ben? He would say it's cray, but in a different way, because he's together with Jay. And you know, man, I'm so good at this.
150 supply for STC against 135 of Select. Select does have the luxury of this mining third base, but is he really able to capitalize on it with only 51 SCVs? A couple of Marines there to deny the expansion of the STC. That's pretty nice. You need a couple SCV skills as well.
A lot of low HP SCVs coming in. Select able to pick off at least one of them. The best thing is, man, all this time Select is mining off 3 bases, so that means it's the STC is going to mine out his first and natural so much before Select that eventually that's really going to play into Select's advantage.
STC does eventually clean up these units from Select. As he does it, we're going to see a big fight in the middle of the map. A couple of tanks going down, 4 tanks melting away.
He's getting absolutely demolished there. Sick pickoff by Select. Wow, playing with fire, but showing that he's a pyromancer. That makes any sense.
Select reaches into the fire, does not get burned, comes out of there very nicely. Trades a couple of Marines for a lot of siege tanks.
4 tanks, man. He picked up 4 tanks.
Can't believe it, man. 4 times.
Why did you say that?
This is the story you told me.
I think I know what you're saying. Really? You're gonna go, wow, you're bad.
What?
Nothing. Talking about the amount of bazookas I eat.
That's all I'm talking about. As we've got STC still trying to get position on Select. Select trying to fight up a ramp. That's not really the way you want to do it. High ground advantage is very important in any strategy game.
Oh, a couple of Marines gonna perhaps be dropped on top of these tanks. It's not going to happen.
Can't really do it with this mini.
Yeah, this is a really crazy PvP. I'm really enjoying it. Select has to be careful. All his Marines are so clumped up.
I think he should really just give up this position. He really wants to hang on to it, though. Viking's going to try to deny some of the STC's vision, but Select just is not really in a position to push it, so he has to back up. 161 supply for Dignitas. Wow. Select against 140.
Feels like Select has an overwhelming amount of Marines, but actually it's quite even. Certainly when once these 9 Marines pop for STC, they're about even on the Marine count. Both have around 60. Select still.
1-1 upgrades for Select. No upgrades on his tank. STC's right at 2-2 with +1 on his tank, so a substantial upgrade lead for the STC.
Right now we're even, Ben, as 2-2 was about to finish up for Select. So 2-2 against 2-2 right now. This is the best moment for Select perhaps to fight, but be careful against all the siege tanks. STC is going.
STC is going to push it now. He's got siege tanks in range of his Marines. I feel like that should equate to a losing fight for STC. Select.
Still so many Marines, man. 55 against 27. A lot of Marines over here on the south side of the map as well.
This is a huge deal. These are going to come in and try to deny some mining at this base. Immediately, STC has to evacuate. Great play from Select.
Oh, Select. Playing some fantastic Starcraft.
Yes, he is. He's going to take a couple shots to the command center.
I love this as well by STC, though. Just like thinking ahead, 2-3 steps, immediately lifting up, knowing that if he does this and then like buys himself an additional 20-30 seconds, he will be able to keep that base alive without taking too many losses. Marks of a great player. I often try to lift up my Nexus, but it doesn't work.
Oh no, STC, couple tanks caught in a terrible position. Select's going to get more free tanks. This is huge. There's going to be a grand total of 5 tanks down. Select doing it right.
Playing so sick.
And look at how well these guys are both macroing. Their money is staying so low. STC hitting 0 minerals at times. Select keeping his money well below 400 and 500 pretty much.
Select is in fantastic position right now, Ben. He got the better hand of all of those trades. Do we have a 4th I would love to see Select just float over this orbital command to a fourth base. There's really no need to keep it in your main, certainly not when you have 1800 gas. So Select, that's the only thing. I still don't see Terran players doing that often enough, while Select just keeps doing what he does best.
More
this
tanks
game.
going to get picked off. Command center lifted once more. Well,
the
reinforcements. Select might be able to break this position altogether. This is a lot of units here. Again, upgrades are equal. Comes down to positioning to medevacs. 3-3 does finish up for STC, and he barely come out ahead.
Rambo Marines! Don't mess with the Rambo Marines.
Rambo Marines don't retreat, Kev. I think those were Tom Cruise Marines.
M&M, because they were not afraid to take a stand.
Tom Cruise Marines because they ran away.
Well.
Select is going to siege up once more, but his tanks this time are overexposed. Very close engagement. Here's Marines going to stem and run in, and still more tanks falling. Good play, Select. Close in the supplies, only 20 supply separating these two players.
STC hanging in there for his dear life though. It's pretty insane, because I felt that STC should have died around 4 times. This is like watching a bad Jean-Claude Van Damme movie, where you know that he's supposed to die so many times, but he just keeps surviving.
Just a million bullets get shot, none of them hit anywhere close to him.
What was the name of that movie where Jean-Claude Van Damme is like this badass and he used to fight and then he has to fight in this ring, but this one guy put like his wrist bandage in like these glass things, and then he rips it in the glass, and then he rips the glass.
I think that was Bloodsport. It was either Bloodsport or Kickboxer.
No, it was like one of those movies where he made like 5 of them. It's like a very famous series.
There was many Kickboxers. There's a couple Bloodsports.
No, damn it. Jean-Claude Van Damme had this. I will look it up.
Did he fight against the Asian guy with the huge chest at the end? And like he had a friend that was the
like
American?
They were fighting in this ring with like flames around them, and then this one guy like he puts his fist and he wraps the bandage around it, and then
they put it in like gold, and they put it in glue, and then they did it in glass. That had to be Bloodsport.
No, I think it's a much more famous title, and they had like 4 or 5 of those movies. I don't know. Maybe
everybody has seen Bloodsport. I'm gonna. Chat has to know the answer to this.
Yeah, I should. Maybe someone knows.
We're saying Kickboxer.
Really? Was it so plain and simple? Straightforward?
Okay, it's Kickboxer.
No, I don't think it's Kickboxer. I'm gonna go on Wikipedia after this game and I'm gonna tell you guys, because I think it's different.
It's Kickboxer.
Really?
It's Kickboxer.
Maybe he did it twice.
Like he goes to train in Thailand with the old man, and they put his 2 legs on the tree, and they make him split out and do a split.
Yeah, that movie.
That's Kickboxer, man.
Really?
Yeah.
Maybe it had a different title in Dutch.
Probably.
Why? Kickboxer is a word in Dutch as well.
It was probably. I don't know. I'm
you wanted to make a bad Dutch joke, but you can't.
Yeah,
do it,
but I'm afraid I'll say something terrible.
Good pick off here by Select as he picked off that orbital command and quite a few. Whoa, this is not that great.
Huge mistake. Move command loses a lot of Marines there, and at the same time he's getting dropped.
Yeah, but he dealt with that quite okay. Select has 3-3 Marines now as well, but suddenly, Ben, he lost a lot of Marines over there. And the STC, where does he get the money from, Ben? Because right now he has a bigger army than Select. Is this a joke or?
Somebody's trolling hard, man. Yeah. Select has secured another base though, so if he can just macro for a little while, he should be just fine.
I love this, by the way. It's, he did already float over his main, and Select actually did the same. He finally floated over the main orbital to this fort. Select's going to stem in once more. The STC in much better position.
Yes, it is, and Select has to back up to his tanks, but I don't know if he's got enough units right now. STC going to continue to barrel forward. Select is ahead in supply, but only momentarily as STC continues to push forward. More tanks sieging up and more good shots going down. Select has to back up yet again.
STC playing great, but Select playing great as well. He still has 1 tank to fall back to. The SCV line is on the fire though, and he's going to temporarily at least abandon it.
Oh, STC playing great StarCraft right now. He's been behind all game long, and he's finally just maybe worked himself into a small advantage. Army supply, he is ahead.
Over 66.
Select has to try and find a good fight to take, but it's very difficult. 4th Command Center finishing up now for STC, so he will be taking new bases soon.
5 against 4 medevacts, 9 siege tanks against 6. It's crazy as well that the STC has more siege tanks despite losing so many throughout the entire game.
And Select now floating is natural to a new expansion. I love this. He's being very active with these command centers.
Man, if I didn't know any better, I think Nama's playing. SCVs are going the wrong way.
It's not time to fight Nama, not yet. Tanks again in a weird position.
That would have been the moment.
Here.
Select kind of missed his window there.
I think he did. I think he missed a big opportunity. Now these tanks are going to.
Of course, so much easier to see when you have as much vision as we do for Select. That's a much harder call to make, so absolutely no blame to him. But if he would have gone for it, I'm pretty damn sure that it would have gone quite well.
STC's in control right now, Kevin. He's got a 4th base. He's dropping mules there. He's got the army supply lead. He's really dictating where Select goes and how he gets there.
Select, of course, does have this this sensor tower, man, and that really helps out quite a bit. But it's still so hard because there's quite a bit on the high ground, which he doesn't see.
Once more, Select forced to lift.
This
He
is
just
like a
can't
deja
take
vu.
another base. He's
seen this before, but
he's backed into a corner.
during all this, the STC is taking a fourth base. He, however, is going to make this a planetary fortress. Not sure if that's going to help out great against siege tanks. What it does do is, hey, at least I will never have to lift it up again, because I can. It's a planetary.
Doesn't lift, he shoots.
Planetary. That's right, can lift. You get it now?
I don't. But there's a drop at the back behind that planetary, and it might be able to deny some of the mining there.
Because it's a planet. It's stuck to the planet.
I don't get it.
You're no fun.
I mean, I'm trying to be fun, but I just don't understand why that's funny.
It's not funny, it's logic.
Okay.
If it's stuck to the planet, how can it fly? Planetary. You get it? You catch my drift?
Yes, I get it. Great joke.
It's
Marines from behind can deny more
It's not
mining.
a joke.
A lot of SCVs going to get killed here.
Well, at
so
the same time, Select's going to stim in and he's going to pick off 3 siege tanks and a medevac once more.
It's going to be a costly exchange, so it loses a lot of Marines in the
Kills so
shuffle
many
and goes
SCVs
down
here, though.
30 supply. I don't know if that was worth it. Select, he's going to come forward and try to pick off another siege tank there, but his orbital under fire right now.
This has been. Select does have more workers right now than the STC band.
But just barely. It's 41 workers to 34 workers, very even on the income tab.
There's only 2 orbitals remaining for STC, by the way. And you're going to need scans as well in this phase of the game, so you can't just drop that many mules.
Man, his position is just so strong.
Oh, Zelnaga watch out would be great for Select.
Oh, that's a big pickup. 2 more tanks getting killed. And the tank count right now completely even. 8 siege tanks to 8 siege tanks. STC has a massive Marine lead, though. 60 Marines.
Wow. Where are
30 Marines.
Where are them? Oh, they're over here. How many medevacts do we have? Only 3 medevacts remaining for the STC. He has plenty of gas. And right now he's going to produce the big stim.
Really?
Was that a full stim? On everything?
It might have been. I don't see a single full HP Marine. Man, that medevac's going to be working double duty.
Wow, if he stims again and he runs into 3 tanks, he's going to lose every single Marine. I don't think this is a great idea, the STC.
Supplies are very close, 130 to 130. Select trying so hard to get himself back into position to really challenge the STC. He's being forced to just chain repair this command center.
Man, it's awesome to see Select playing so extremely well again on such a high level though. Yes, he was far ahead in this game, but there was also a phase in the game where he was behind. And now he fought his way back into it again.
I feel like maybe he could drop on those 3 tanks that are shooting his orbital. I don't know. There's not much there protecting them.
He's going to do that exact thing, man. He's going to drop the Marines right now. Of course, yes, he has a few Marines over here.
STC going to deny it. Very well done by the STC. Uh-oh.
It's a really, really big hit squad.
Uh-oh. Select has no idea. Nothing in position. No control of that part of the map. And this command center is doomed. These SCVs also probably equally doomed. The workers are all going to fall as well. Huge moves.
So many Marines.
Out of the STC, Select coming back with everything that he's got, but I don't know if it's even going to be enough. 145 to 160 supply.
Well, they have much more HP, so I guess eventually they will. Man, this is like they're running for their life, but he can stim again. No, stim interception!
Select does drop the big stim, and if he catches off all these units, it could be a huge play. Nice concave for the STC. One of the most pivotal fights in the game here. Select will win it. Comes out with a 10 supply lead, but it cost him a lot of workers.
That was so awesome, man. It was like 2 groups of hooligans running to fight each other. Meet in the middle.
At the same time, Select did shut down finally the harass at his 3rd base. Can I even call it the 3rd base? His only real mining expansion here.
Oh, STC losing quite a few Marines.
STC in position, going to stim forward. There are Marines from Select, but their HP is so low. Barely does he hold. Yes.
Select went into a Marine lead again, man. Can you believe that? Right now he is up 13 Marines. It felt like STC had a massive siege tank lead, but that's actually not even the case, man. It's 5 against 6. Select is really in a good position right now. This might not be the best of. He's actually just going to go for it. Select, I'm not sure.
A lot of tanks. He's really decided that this is all or nothing right here, and that is going to be a costly exchange for Select. Command center again under fire, and the Marine count again swings into STC's favor. 20 Marines against 26 Marines. So close.
I mean, Select has tanks, man, but he's just not able to get those tanks up in good positions. Having those tanks over here on the high ground is kind of like having tanks on Delta Quadrant and shooting at a natural or something like that.
Oh, man, such an incredibly intense
he's trying to mass repair this tank. That's not going to work. Almost took out 1 siege tank.
Yeah, tank does go down. SCVs take a lot of damage as well.
You know what would be great right now for Select? A Tempest.
Yes, that would be fantastic. Even a battle cruiser might be worth investing in if you could afford it, but it's not a stage of the game where you have that many resources. STC all of a sudden with a 30 supply lead.
The STC man is still completely unaware of this left top side of the map.
Really the only thing that is keeping Select alive.
Pretty big engagement over here. STC is not sieged up yet. He's going to lose at least one tank. Select back up, I think. He's going to lose on the Marines.
Time to back out. He does back out, but
he does have the Zelnaga Watchtower once more. I mean, that's one thing that's been working for Select. He kept control of that Zelnaga Watchtower.
Yeah, he has tanks on it. STC's mining at this base, though, is pretty much unchecked. Select has not managed to deny the economy of the STC at all. Coming forward once more, tank's going to shoot, but there's not enough Marines on the ground for Select, I fear. Or maybe? Actually, wow, Select just barely hangs on. 59 army supply to 44. The Marine count's almost identical. Select
is mining.
If STC is not aware of that base, he will be as soon as he sees this worker conga line.
STC really wants to get his Zelnaga Watchtower. This is like Operation Market Garden, man, or like a bridge too far where they're competing for the bridges, you know, and they can't get this bridge. It's such a good war move. I enjoy that movie.
Oh man, 110 supply to 85. Select definitely behind. Does not manage to catch that siege tank. And
look at this guy, he's gonna say, not today! Don't you dare! Don't do it, man! I will get it done! I'm not afraid to use it.
This is that moment when you ask yourself, why can't command centers just land on units?
Yeah.
Of course, the command center doesn't kill that Marine, but the angry guy.
Select did improve his position during all this, though, man. It's 5 siege tanks against 4, but now Select is the one who sieges up in a pretty good position. And now Select is going to give the STC a taste of his own medicine.
STC is just going to counterattack, and that might be the best move he can make.
Why is he not using this auto, man? Because he thinks he can defend it, I guess. I think it's on purpose. Definitely didn't forget about it. Uh-oh, this is a tell. This is a tell I've ever seen.
Wait a second, says the STC.
Select is surrounded, man. He is really surrounded, and he doesn't have that many Marines anymore.
He's coming in from all sides. This is going to be the final stand of Select and STC, who started out so far behind, has battled back to victory. SCVs against Marines. That's not a fight that you ever want to see.
Not with 3-3 upgrades. Oh, whoa, I can live with it, man. Well, how often do you see this, by the way? That like 2 mineral patches are mined out, while another mineral patch has 900 left. Dropped a few mules too many on this one.
It's all about the mules. Select still trying to attack around the sides, but I don't think it matters, Kevin. He is a little too far behind.
Yeah, he lost all his siege tanks right now. Doesn't have a single siege tank. STC still has more Marines as well. What a great TvT though here on Cloud Kingdom. And guys, this is just game number 1 of the 4th quarter final. You are watching the Lone Star Clash 2 qualifier invitational, if that makes any sense. Doesn't make sense.
Who's open though?
Did I not say this right?
You said invitation.
Yeah, it's an open invitation. Wow, Select actually doesn't pick up that orbital, but I'm afraid it's a little too late. As this is the only mining base that he has right now. Wow, 6 SCVs against 15 men. How many workers have died on either side? 81 against 80.
Wow.
569 against 54 units killed. What a great TvT.
Yeah, fantastic game. Ultimately, Select, unfortunately, just not able to pull it off. That's going to be, this is basically his last army. He's going to stim and try to catch these siege tanks.
He will do it just one more time. For Billy.
Remember Billy.
Only one tank will fall. Select calls GG, and the STC wins game number 1 on Cloud Kingdom. This is a best of 3, and after this we are going into best of 5s. What we do have guaranteed coming up is a best of 5 between MVP Tails and Slayers MMA.
Should be a lot of fun, guys. We're going to take a short break. We'll be back with Select versus the STC game number 2.
Played on Ohana.
Don't miss it.
Means family.